Hello, welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. My name's Maria, and if you're new here, I do mainly cooking, home life, all that kind of thing. Today's cooking, so if you've seen yesterday's vlog, I did golden syrup scones, and I said we'll carry on with the theme today, and we're going to do a sponge pudding. So it's going to be a golden syrup sponge pudding, or a syrup sponge pudding, whatever you call it, and we're going to do it in the microwave. I have done them before. I did attempt one in my slow cooker, but it didn't really cook. I think it'd have had to have been on all day. So I finished it off in the microwave and that was okay. I also tried one in the air fryer once and that didn't really cook either. It was still soggy in the middle, which surprised me really because I thought it would have baked quite quick in there. So I finished that off in the microwave and that worked out okay. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's try one straight in the microwave and just do it solely in there. It should be quick, it should work. If I'm lucky. So I'll bring you down, you can see what I'm doing. There we go. A bit more. So first of all, I'm going to put 4 ounces of, well, I'll put the 4 ounces of sugar in first. So I've got 4 ounces of sugar. Put them right away. That's the only thing, working out where to put all the empty plates. I've got 4 ounces of margarine, so you can use butter or margarine. So I've got that. So I'm just going to beat that together. So it makes a nice sort of a smoothish mixture. Now I'm hoping that this works out okay because, find a spoon, just scrape some of that off. I have looked up recipes, microwave recipes. Don't really cook much in the microwave. I'm sort of new really to cooking in it. I've always used it for warming things up. I mean, I've had one most of my married life, but like I say, it's just been for warming things up or making sauces, but then that's like packet sauces. And custard, I make custard in there, but I use the Bird's custard powder. So that's all I use it for. And I can't say that I use it for anything else. So cooking in it is relatively new to me. So I thought, hey, we'll give it a go. So yeah, I was a bit unsure. Maybe I should do that. A bit unsure about the sauce. Now I've seen recipes that say you can do them in the microwave and to warm the sauce up afterwards because it might burn in the microwave. But then, on the other hand, the other two I did that I started and ended up having to put in the microwave for the full time that the microwave states to do it for, it didn't burn. So I'm thinking, shall I just plop it in anyway and we'll see what happens? And I'm all for that kind of thing. I like to just do it and see what happens because it might work out just as good that way. I was going to say better, but just as good. And it saves a lot of messing around if it does work. So we'll try it that way. So we've got that's all creamed nicely now. So I've got 2 beaten eggs already. So we're going to put them in. It's nice now because the chickens have just started laying again. They're a little bit hit and miss, but then they're older chickens, so I think this will probably be the last year of getting eggs from them, at least regularly anyway. So mix this all in. I must remember to stand this way. Cracker of runny mix now. Let's get my spoon and scrape some of this off. So other than when I tried the sponge in there out of the air fryer and the slow cooker, that's the only time I've ever done sponge in that. I've warmed sponges up. You know how you get like ready-made Christmas puddings and things like that? I tend to buy them because it's cheaper than making one. For the amount of people that eat them in my house, it's far cheaper to do it like that. So they go in the microwave. I've done them, just popped them in and done them for the stated time in there, and they've always been all right. So we shall see. Anyway, 8 ounces of self-raising flour. Let's put half of that in to start with, so we can just fold it in a bit without getting puffs of flour everywhere. I'm getting used to using this nice silicone set now. I was saying that yesterday, this set Lisa got me, because I've always used wooden spoons. But even then, this one's a bit of a spoon shape, so I've still got this thing about spoons. Let's give that a mix in. I'm hoping actually, I'm not sure if my basin's a pint or 2 pint. I'm hoping I've not got too much mix, or I might not be able to put all the mix in, but we'll see. There we go, just mix the rest in. We'll add a bit of milk then, probably a couple of spoons of milk. It's not too bad. I do like this silicone set. This one being shaped a bit like a spoon as well. It sort of grabs everything from the side and scrapes it in. It's really good. I was looking at all the different silicone things you can buy, but somebody suggested silicone mitts, and I've not actually looked at them, seen them yet. I must have a look at them. It is a little stiff, so we'll put a little bit of milk in. A bit of a big carton, 6 pint carton. It's a bit big. There we are. Right, I'm going to use me measurer out of my bread maker, and I think I'll have to swap hands or it's going to go everywhere with me. Alright, so we want 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. It's a lot better measuring it with that, a lot easier. When I was trying it a few weeks back with a spoon and it just splashed everywhere, I probably ended up with twice as much as what I needed. There we go, we'll just mix that in. Nice and smooth. Bowl around, making a nice smooth mix. That should do it. Just scrape it a bit. There we go. Scrape it, it sticks on one to the other. I'll put them in there a minute. So I've got a basin. I think it's a pint one. I think I've used this one before, and I've said before it's a pint one. Now I'm going to be a bit naughty. I'm not going to follow the idea of warming up the syrup and pouring it on afterwards. I'm going to try and cut corners and put it in. If it burns, it burns. I'll redo it. But if it doesn't, then I know what to do next time. So I'm just going to, normally says a couple of spoonfuls, but I'm just going to fill the bottom of it. I'm hoping it's nice and runny, then runs down the sides. So I've just sort of filled, well, you can't really see because I've greased the bowl, but there you go, that's better. You can see. Now I've done it. So I'm going to put, if I can grasp it, the mixture on the top. Right. Can you see that all right? This will probably be just right actually. Not sure if I saw a bit of eggshell then. I don't think I did. So there, we'll just flatten that down so it's got a bit of room to rise. I'm not going to cover it with anything. I'm just going to hope for the best, really. There we go. Right, so we'll see what happens next. Like I say, we'll hope for the best. It's always hit and miss with me. Right, don't know if I can bring you round because I've got a lot of clutter behind you. Let's have a look. See if we can get to the microwave. There we are. I'm going to pop it into the microwave. Let's stop it first. Looks like my son's been using it. He warms dinners or food up in it, and he sort of do, and then just pulls the food out when he thinks it's hot enough. And of course it hasn't beeped or anything, so there's always minutes and things left on there. So I'm always having to check before I use it. He's terrible for it. So right, let's have a look what it says, microwave guidelines for cooking it then. So we've got, now it says full power if you've got a 650 watt oven for 4 minutes, and then 3.5 minutes for 800 watt. Well, mine is a 700 watt, so I think I might just keep it to the 4 minutes. If I think it's burning or anything, I can easily stop it. I can do like my son does, just pull the door open and grab his food out. So yeah, so we've got it on full now, on full power, and we're going to do it for 4 minutes. Turn the knob round to 4, there we go, and it's going, and we'll see what it does. Hopefully it'll be okay, and I'm hoping that the syrup is okay, because if it is, that saves a lot of hassle in the future. It's easy enough to make rather than warming it all up separately. So we'll come back in 4 minutes and we'll have a look what it's done, or sooner if it's caught fire, because I'll be showing you. Okay, so we beeped. It's sort of gone over a bit. Maybe I should have put a bit less in, but as you can see, it's run over there and started going there. So we'll bring it down and we'll stick the knife in and we'll see if it's done anything. Yeah, that's clean. Go right in. Yeah, that's lovely and clean. So that's done. Now I will tell you something. I went to fetch it out. What did I put in for? 4 minutes. I went to fetch it out at 4 minutes. But it was still very runny on top, so I thought, well, it's not worth me showing you that. I'll just put it in again and see how long it actually does go for, so I can tell you accurately how long I did it for. So in my 700 watt oven, I did it for 7 minutes, because I put it on first on the 4th and had to put it back in for another 3. So my 700 watt oven went for 7 minutes on full power. But it probably would have been less if I hadn't filled it so full, but look at it. Anyway, I'm going to try and tip it onto a plate. So we've got it the other way. Next time I perhaps won't put so much in, because I can always use the mixture for something else easily. Let's see if we can tip it out. Oh, better use the cloth. See, this is where mitts would be good for me. I'm not sure how to grab it really. I've got a feeling it might slide. Oh, there we go. No, we're upside down, we're all right. We're so far. It just needs to come across a bit. There we are. Let's see if we can tease it out now. It's all messy there. If I can. There. Well, it's not quite. We've got a puddle of runny stuff in the middle, so maybe it would be a better idea to warm the syrup up and put it on last. But you've got to try these things, haven't you? They have to be done. That has sort of set a little bit. I like it so it runs down, but we have got a puddle of it in the middle. If I get a spoon. bring it out a bit. Oh, maybe it's a bit sunk in, but there's a flavour for you. So yeah, we've got a puddle in the middle. I don't know if that's caused by the syrup, the hot syrup burning through it, or whether it simply would have just gone like that anyway, because I've certainly put too much mix in. We've got a strange looking pudding. I'm sure it tastes lovely though. We will taste it. We'll put some custard to it and we'll taste it. But I'm sure it'll taste all right. But yeah, we've tried it with the sauce at the bottom. Works out lovely before when I sort of half did them in the other appliances. But this time, if I'm doing it solely in there, it might be better to warm syrup, jam or whatever you're putting on it up after and then pour it over. So it's an experiment to try. Well, two experiments. One's cooking it from scratch in there, and secondly, you know, the syrup. So I'm going to leave that cool a minute. I'm going to clear away here, and I'm going to do some custard, and we'll come back and we'll test it then, see what it tastes like. Okay, I've made some custard. I'm going to cut this pudding. I don't know if to call it a pudding or a volcanic eruption. It's more like one of these volcanoes when they've erupted and blown a hole in the middle. Still, we're not here to be professional cooks, just here to have a go. Bit of fun along the way. It's what it tastes like as well. That's an important thing to me, how it tastes. So I'm going to cut a little bit out. It's certainly cooked nice in the middle anyway. It's nice and spongy in the middle, you can see. Press it in, it bounces up, just how it should. So I'm going to put a little bit of custard on there. Normally make a thicker custard, but I've made a runnier one today, actually. No, I won't use that spoon. Let me get another spoon. We'll try it and see. So it doesn't look too bad when it's all cut and got a bit of custard on. It can pass muster then. But it's all in the taste really, so let's have a look. We'll get a bit of the sponge from the bottom first. Oh yes. That is really nice. Definitely the taste is there, definitely. We'll get some of the syrup. Keep forgetting what it's called. Yeah, that's nice. That tastes really nice. Even though our syrup has sort of set. But no, it doesn't taste hard. It just tastes nice like normal syrup would. Tastes really nice. I will definitely do them in there again, but I'd put a bit less mix in, and I would add the syrup or jam, whatever I'm using afterwards, which is what it says I should have done, but I like to test things and see what they do. Because if nobody ever tested anything, we'd never have nothing, would we? So you've got to try these things. So yeah, I did think though when I bought it out hot, if I flipped it over, I must get some of these silicone glove things or whatever, because I need something with grip as well. But when I flip it over and take it out and it's hot, if I could have just squirted it on then and it'd have run down and soaked in them with the heat from the pudding. I don't know, another experiment. Who knows? I perhaps couldn't do with that with jam, but syrup is runny, whereas jam isn't. But I might be able to go away with it with syrup. Maybe I should have done that. And whether the whole would have still been in it, I don't know. That might just be how it cooked. So yeah, for taste-wise, for a dessert, it's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely okay. If I was in a cooking competition for presentation, I would get a zilch. Unless there's a section for, you know, laughter, for giving somebody a laugh. But yeah, presentation's no good, but that's not the point. It's whether it's edible and whether it tastes nice and whether it's cooked through properly, which all of that it has. So thank you for watching. I'm not sure when I'll be with you again. I would have been with you tomorrow. I may be with you tomorrow. I've got something to do on Friday, so maybe tomorrow I'll do some air frying instead of Friday. I don't know. Just watch this space and you'll see me when you see me, but it will be before the end of the week. So whichever day I see you, when I see you, until then, take care. Bye.